guys, while my food's cooking up, I just wanted to show you this. This slingshot, I cut the bands myself from TheraBand Gold. This pouch is made from an old glove, and the slingshot itself is one that I just laminated up some plywood and using epoxy and carved it out till it felt comfortable to me, and there we are. And I'm kind of making this particular video for our buddy Mark at Eat Carbs Outdoors, who just got a slingshot that was forged, which is really awesome. That's something I've been wanting to do. And I don't want him to get discouraged with it, so I'm just going to show him a tip that I use out there, probably 50 feet away, maybe a little bit more than that. I have a Voodoo Ranger beer can up on a stick, and I'm probably going to miss a few shots before I dial it in, but I'll show you how to dial it in. Now, one thing to remember, there are two ways you can go, and this is set up for through the fork. You can have bands that go over the top, and that's called over the top, in reference to the forks. So with this, the ball actually goes between the forks and out. And there's also a couple other shooting styles where you can shoot this way, you know, the normal way that you would see most people do it, and then there's this way. And the reason I like shooting this way is because this part of the fork gives me an elevation. I can aim right across there, and that helps me aim. The other part is your anchor point. Keep those fingers open so that these fingers are free to move and hold that ammo, and attach your hand to your face in the same place every time. If you don't do this in the same place every time, your ammo is going to go a different place every time. So, something to keep in mind. You could also do kind of a 45-degree thing, and then you can use this top edge right here as a sight, and then you're shooting just like a bow at that point. Anchor your hand on your face. Let's see if we can get close to it. Now aim down the bands. Oh, just over the top. So I'm not quite as far away as I thought I was. So let's try it again. But we were perfectly in line with it as far as windage goes. So here we go again. Let's try it again. Oh, that close. So we know where our elevation needs to be. Just to the other side of it. This is a pretty long shot for a slingshot, honestly. Let's try it this way. Did you hear that? You can't deny that. And that wasn't a glancing blow, that was a solid hit. So another little tip is I like shooting it this way because I can twist that pouch. And I don't know, I feel like that imparts a little bit of a spin to your ammo and kind of helps balance out any inconsistencies. And also one thing I've noticed is it stops the bands from coming forward and slapping you in the hand. And that's worth its weight in gold right there, especially if you're doubling up bands and stuff like you would be for hunting. Let's see if I can get this again. Oh, so close. And I'm happily leaving these misses in here because this is a pretty long shot. Pretty long shot for what we're doing anyway. So close. They're perfect in elevation now, but they're just riding, oop, dropped one, from one side to the other. I mean, just barely. Let's try this 45-degree angle thing again and use that notch. Seems like the way to go. So it's just a matter of dialing in your shooting style and doing everything, including the release from your fingers, exactly the same every time. And once you develop a grouping, then you can manage that grouping and move it over to where you need it. Now, there's another little issue with slingshots, same with bows, that if you get closer, you actually have to aim higher again. So like you get farther away, you have to aim high to compensate for the drop. But there's a certain point where you're dead on, which is the point that I'm at now. Right now I'm aiming dead on at the can, and the bearing is landing right on it. So if I were to move that can any closer, I would actually have to aim higher, because I'm aiming at this point up here, but the bearing is actually flying through down here. So I would have to aim a couple inches over the top of the can in order to make the bearing hit where I want it to, if that makes any sense. Also, if I change my anchor point, if I go up here at my cheek, it's going to hit lower. If I go down here at my jaw, it's going to hit higher. So it's just a matter of using that. So if I'm going to shoot up close, I can come up here and anchor at my cheek and be pretty close to dead on. And if I shoot a normal distance, I can anchor here at my jaw. And then if I shoot beyond that, I can just aim up a little bit, you know, just compensate for the drop. Another thing that I'm probably messing up on here is you got to watch that too. So let's try another one. I think I have another bearing in my fingers. Even your stance. Oh, I missed that one just to the right. Oh, so close. Let me take you out here to where this can is so you can see. So here it is. And there's my camp back there. So, you know, phones make it look a little farther, but it's not the easiest shot in the world either. But anyway, I'm betting my food's done now. I'm gonna go eat.